So, celebrities, yeah, you know all those people that you see in the magazines, on the big screen. They affect your life more than you really think that they do. We'll talk about that today. Hi, guys. So, welcome if you are new, and welcome back if you've been around here a while. I am Kendra. This is my channel, Kind Kendra Creates. I am here taking you on my weight loss journey, talking about weight loss, health stuff along the way, a little bit of commentary, what we're going to do today. And also, you'll learn a little bit about me along the way. So, today we are going to talk about celebrity influence and all that jazz. So, you might be like, I have my own mind. I don't follow these celebrities. I don't pay any attention to them. Well, you don't necessarily have to be influenced by them. Celebrities, influencers, whatever you want to call them these days. So we're going to be talking about that today. We are going to get into a video by the creator Scola Danda. She's a personal trainer and she has a YouTube page here. She's been on YouTube for a very long time. And I just find her content very interesting. And she's lives in England, if anyone wanted to know that, but I'm pretty sure you'll see that on the video. So of course, when I get into the video, I will play clips. I won't play the whole thing. And I'll just discuss the clips that I thought that were kind of interesting throughout. So if you'd like to hear it, here it goes.
Influence. It's there. We can't escape it. We're always going to look up to people. There's always going to be people that we put on a pedestal, and whether they are the typical celebrity or people in your everyday lives or people that you perceive not to be like celebrities, but they're still low-key celebrities. Like, I don't know if you're really into science and there's like a really great science lady that like you're obsessed with because she's really good at science. She could probably influence you to do a lot of different things and you wouldn't even know it because you think, oh, she's not like the celebrities, like she's different because she's like an academic, like this is like highbrow. Do you know what I mean? It's different, but she could just as easily influence you to like look a certain way, dress a certain way. You're like, I like how she dresses. I like that dress she's wearing. I'm gonna get that dress because I wanna be like my academic hero.
I think she brought up a really great point in this video when she talked about influence. So influence is not necessarily done just through celebrities or whoever you follow on social media. Influence can be your friends. Influence can be your family members. Influence can be your coworkers. Influence can be any person that has some type of effect on your life. And usually influence is all around us and it's to the people that are close to us. If you think about it, for instance, if I go on a weight loss journey, I probably am somewhat influencing or affecting my family, my friends, those people around me. Sometimes you affect them in great ways. You work out together, you prepare healthy meals together, you keep each other on track, things like that. Even though a lot of people think that influence is such a negative thing, it doesn't always have to be. It can be very innocent, very unintentional, and also kind of great.
Celebrities, again, it's a big business. They make a lot of money. Where there's money, trust me, nothing is by accident. Some things are by accident. But when it comes to big money, trust me, these people are thinking about their next move. They're thinking about what they're doing. And I feel like that's why you kind of have to take note of what celebrities are doing, because you have to be like, why are you doing that? Like, what's about to happen? What's going on? Because these are the people that also hold a lot of the wealth in this world. And so you have to be like, what are you about to make us do? What are you about to try to influence us to do or coerce us into doing?
I believe that she made a great point when she talked about celebrity influence. I know it sounded a little bit kind of like conspiracy theory type stuff, but it made perfect sense to me. I didn't play the part in the video when she was talking about like the skinny trend coming back in. I don't know if you keep up with things like that, but I've been noticing that as well. They're talking about celebrities are reducing their BBLs, Brazilian butt lifts, and they're losing a whole bunch of weight. So the skinny trend is back in, like think Y2K-ish, like 2000s, like, yeah. So you have to think about everything that you see and everything that you hear, because usually there's some type of underlying message or underlying issue or some type of thing that's going on. Like, what are you selling? Because I know you're selling something. So you have to be aware of these trends and things like that. And like, don't let people like trick you into like falling for that stuff. Because you be your own trendsetter. You do your own thing. You do you, boo boo. Don't worry about anybody else.
Boom, May, the Met Gala happens. Lori Harvey, a week after the Met Gala, a few days or so after, speaks about how she attained her Met Gala body. What did she say she did? She said she did a lot of Pilates. She said she did a lot of Pilates. After that, for me personally, all of a sudden, I'm seeing everyone talking about Pilates. On Twitter, I was seeing people being like, Pilates is actually amazing. People coming out, showing their Pilates transformations. On TikTok, everyone is talking about Pilates, like, this is the body I got from Pilates. Everyone's talking about Pilates all of a sudden.
Okay, so if you don't know who Lori Harvey is, she's basically famous for being famous. She's like a socialite. She's the daughter of Steve Harvey. And of course, she's famous for the famous guys that she's dated. So she talks about how she got her Met Gala body and she did it by Pilates. Now, Pilates has been around for a long time. Like, I can remember hearing about Pilates when I was like a child or young, like a teenager. So it's been around a long time. Like, it's nothing new. But you see this resurgence of trends and things like that because celebrities make them hot. Like, and now that I think about, she said that, I wouldn't be surprised if she comes out with like a Pilates DVD or at home exercise equipment or whatever.
How is everyone suddenly doing Pilates? And this is where we have to acknowledge that just because you aren't interested in celebrity culture doesn't mean you won't end up being influenced by it. Because what could have happened was one person who does know who Lori Harvey is, saw her abs, loved them, was like, bam, I'm going to Pilates. They joined Pilates. Now they go to the office with their gym bag and everyone's like, hey, why you got a gym bag? Like, oh, I'm going to Pilates. Pilates is great, I'm loving it. All of a sudden, everyone's like, wow, where do you go to Pilates? Or like, oh, I go to the studio downstairs. Like, that's where I do Pilates. And everyone's like, okay, cool. Like, I think I might start Pilates. Like, you look great, you say it's great. So they're not necessarily being influenced by Lori Harvey, but they're influenced by their work colleague that they like their results, they admire their results and like, I want to do that too now. That sounds like a fun thing to do because we're also influenced by the people around us, but the people around us also get influenced by other people.
I think she gave a great example of like indirect influences and like how they can influence us. Like, even if you aren't in tune with like celebrity gossip or celebrity culture or Hollywood lifestyles or whatever, like, you still can be influenced by them. So whether that's a good or bad thing or whatever, I don't know, but you can be influenced by celebrities, whether you know it or not.
These are real people, these are real humans. They can decide to do whatever they like to do with their body, but they also have huge businesses behind them and people advising them and chefs and personal trainers and publicists, all these things. And I'd like to think that they aren't as controlled as I think they are, but we always hear celebrities coming out and having, mental health issues after having been too controlled within the public eye due to how much money they bring in, basically.
And so this goes back to that skinny trend thing. Like, people can do whatever they want to do with their bodies. Like, they can lose weight if they want to. They can gain weight if they want to. They can get muscular if they want to, whatever it is that they want to do. But I also think that sometimes you have to be mindful of the platform that you have. So if you have a lot of followers, you have to think to yourself, like, what kind of message am I sending to people? Also, she talked about like celebrities having all of these people at their disposal. Now, it could be seen as though they're being controlled because honestly, a lot of the times they are, because they have to project this certain image. They have to eat this certain type of way. They have to eat these certain foods. They have to dress this certain type of way. They have to do their hair this way, their makeup this way, for whatever look that they're appealing to their managers or whoever is controlling them. So these are things that you have to think about. And also the fact that you may not appear that way because they have a lot of resources that you probably don't have. Not just the fact that they may be blessed with amazing and excellent genes, but they also might be going under the knife. And even if they aren't, they could be getting those non-surgical cosmetic procedures. And also, they do have personal trainers. They do have personal chefs. They do have people to take care of their other day-to-day responsibilities so they don't have all those things that they have to do and they can focus more on exercising or eating right or things like that. So yeah, think about those things, y'all, when you're looking up to these celebrities.
For example, Lori Harvey's video where she spoke about eating 1,200 calories, there was everyone in the comments and everyone on Twitter were fighting to become dietitians in that moment and say whether it was wrong or right for her to be eating 1,200 calories. Now, I obviously have my own thoughts. I personally feel it doesn't sound like a lot, but at the same time, I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a dietitian. I only have a sports nutrition certificate. That's all I can tell you. So when it comes to that, I don't even know her. I don't know what her ins and outs, everything like that. So it's always important to have these sort of things teamed up with professional advice.
I love that she threw this point out there because in addition to the Pilates that Lori was doing, she said that she was on a 1,200 calorie a day diet. Now, that is from all the information that I've gathered, the minimum, the bare minimum of caloric intake that an adult should have per day. Now, we don't know this woman's medical history. We don't know what was cleared by her doctor. We don't know her nutritional needs. We don't know what her diet looked like. We don't know any of that. Also, we don't know if she did 1,200 calories every single day, or if she had high days, low days. Like, we don't know any of this stuff. Like, so we really can't say whether or not this was good or bad or whatever. And when people start talking about their diet or their exercise routine or whatever, you get all of these like social media registered dietitians and personal trainers come out and pounce because they feel like they know more than this person does. And I am an avid believer in what works for one does not necessarily work for all. You always have to find what works best for you. Am I advocating for 1,200 calories per day? No, I'm not. Because I will be hungry and I don't like being hungry. So this is something to think about when you embark on any kind of weight loss goals, fitness goals, health goals, exercise goals, whatever you have going on, even nothing health related. You have to make sure that you seek out professional advice and professional information so that you don't hurt yourself or you don't do anything that would be a detriment to you.
And just make sure that you're protecting yourself from that because it can be negative to look at a celebrity and be impacted in a way that makes you feel lesser than. So it's always important if you are going to look up to anybody, because it happens. I think it's hard not to look up to people or look to people for inspiration or motivation in what you do in your day-to-day life. It's hard not to do that. And so just make sure the people you're looking to are people that have your best interests at heart and are people that are, good, because not all of them are good. But then what is good? What is bad? I don't know.
And I think she ended it on a great note of information. A lot of times we see people on the internet, on social media, whatever, and we look up to those people. Like, we become a fan. Like, even me with my small little platform and the people that I see in my comment box every week, like, I'm grateful for that. And I'm pretty sure that others are grateful for the followings that they have too. But you never really know someone personally. So you can't really say what they're doing when they're away from this camera. That goes for me. That goes for anyone else on social media or the internet. Like, you don't know them as a person. You only know them what they're portraying themselves to be. And this is kind of like how social media is. People are going to show you the best sides to them. They're going to show you the best sides to their life. And you really can't go off of a couple of pictures, a couple of videos, just little snippets, little snapshots of who they are or what their life is, because you really have no idea. And what you will do is you will wind up driving yourself crazy trying to be like this image that they're portraying, which may be false. And you cannot always keep up with the Joneses. You cannot always have the newest fashions, or you cannot always have the perfect body or the most amazing kids or husband or house or car or whatever. You will drive yourself crazy trying to live up to those unrealistic standards in life. So do not let a celebrity or influencer or some rando on the internet make you feel lesser than what you are just because it appears that they have more than you or they're doing better than you. It could be a road to depression and self-doubt. What does that saying go? Comparison is a thief of joy. So don't compare yourself to these people on this internet. Okay? All right. So I think I've pretty much wrapped it up. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you are feeling me and my content. And always spread kindness in a world full of hate. I will see you guys on next time. Thank you. Thank you so much.